Okay, this is a reading for Capricorn. Let's see who's in no contact with you and why. Okay, Spirit, give me a couple of cards for this person that's in no contact with Capricorn. Who are they? We've got the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. This is someone who has been very full on. They're extremely passionate and they want fast action. Maybe they've been too full on, because that's a lot of wands. How on earth can you get to know someone when they're just throwing wands at you, or the wand at you? They need to cool it off because it's not attractive. So I'm guessing you blocked them, or they seemed like they were really into you and they disappeared. So let's see. It doesn't seem like they disappeared, to be honest, because they're just coming at you. So if you didn't know tarot, wands is phallic, okay? They're representative of passion, enthusiasm, drive, libido. And Eight of Wands is fast action. So I'm gonna have to open a window. That's making me. I just tripped over a cable. Right, I need to calm down. No, in my defence, it's been like a weird day today. Like, it was quite chilly and autumnal. In the UK, like, it should be like really, really hot. And it's gone quite cold and cloudy and weird, so we've had the heating on, and I've got like, you know, like a fleece like jacket and pants on, and I'm just burning up. But that's made it worse. Right, who's coming on too strong? Oh, I can't stand it when guys like text you like 24/7 and it's like you haven't replied and they're messaging you again, like, oh, that's not cute. Some people have got no game, have they? Or they're like the opposite and they like barely message you and you're like, wow. It needs to be like a tennis match, okay? Serve and return, serve and return. Right, sexuality, communicate. Someone's still figuring themselves out. This person, I told you they've got no game. They don't know what they're doing. Compromise, forgive and work it out. They're coming on too strong. The only thing you can do is tell them, I would like to slow this down. It's off-putting. And I'm being honest with you, because it ain't going to go anywhere if you carry on the way that you're going. I want you to get to know me, or, you know, you can go and apply whatever this strategy is to someone else and see how it goes down. It could be that they feel like they've never met anyone like you, they can't believe how they feel, and they're just overwhelmed, you know, and they're not really like thinking about how much they're like pushing all this on you. Like, let's get another one. It's making me think of a few circumstances where this has happened in my 20s. I had like guys turning up at the house. One had had a too hot bath. So he was bright red. He was in a champagne coloured car. And he had flowers that were clearly from the off licence, or like, you know, the petrol station. They were like brown on the edges. It was like a really cheap bouquet. It must have been like $2.99. And he was messaging like constantly, like every like 5 minutes. It was like a message coming through, and I was like, oh. And the chat just wasn't going anywhere. And I was like, yeah. New game. And then another one turned up half an hour early. I'd met him on a night out when I was really drunk, snogged him. He tried to go too fast, and I said, I want you to take me home, or I want you to ring a taxi to come and get me right now. And then he was like, oh, I'm really sorry, and he went the other way, and he was like, let me take you out on a date, and he like turned up half an hour early. Like, I told him what time I'd be ready. He lives 5 minutes away. He turned up half an hour early. Bearing in mind he only lives 5 minutes away, and I told him 30 minutes is a lot of time to be around someone's parents. And he introduced himself to my parents and was chatting to them in the living room for half an hour, and I had wet hair and no makeup on upstairs. It put loads of pressure on me. My parents were like, wow, this person's confident, and I like was starting to like get to know him, and I just, when he came to the door, I thought actually I didn't like him. Like, I was really drunk when I like, you know, hooked up with him. Like, I didn't mean like hooked up, like slept with him. Like, I didn't, what, he was going way too fast, and then he went the other way, and he was like, oh, I just like want a full-blown relationship with you, and like, and it was like, you're being too full on either way. He turned up with a real rose and water. He'd asked me what my favourite colour is and got a yellow envelope and put a card in it and like had a kitten in it, and like I was just, it's like you're going not 100 miles an hour, you're going 600 miles an hour in either direction. There was no flow to it. You're not getting to know me, you're projecting onto me what you think I want, or like whatever goal you're trying to achieve isn't really about me, is it? Because you haven't got to know me, you're like obsessed with me. It was really weird. I've got more stories. And guys, if you want to know like what to do, I can totally tell you what to do. I will not just bitch about people, but I've had some really good experiences actually, but there was some real doozies. This giving me like 600 mile an hour vibes. Why are you in no contact with them if you've blocked them or they've blocked you? Oh, I seen his arse as well. The one that was like going 600 mile an hour. I worked in an off licence at the time because I was really younger. Like, I just was still in uni, and I was like working in a shop that was right opposite where he lives, and he like jogged up to it, and he was like, you broke my heart, and then like just jogged off like really dramatically. And I thought, you don't even know me and I don't know you, how have I broken your heart? Like, oh, it was just, I just don't get it. It's like you've created like fiction in your head, boobs. It was really weird. And you know, it's doing the girl thing where you like feel really bad, so you're like, oh, maybe we can be friends. And then he was like trying to hold my hand and like give me gifts all the time, and I was like, it's not getting it. Oh, it was like an alternate universe or something. Girl talk. Time of friends, moving on, happy single, living in the moment, having fun. Right, this just feels like what I'm talking about. I'd rather be single than be going on dates with someone and thinking I don't want them to touch me though. I don't want why have they brought me gifts? Like, oh, it's so cringe. And I'm not doing people down for like when someone's like, all you need for a first date is someone to turn up at the time you said, and you know, they're happy to like, you know, ring the doorbell, answer the door to your parents, say hello, how'd you do, and like, you know, oh, you look nice, and take you out somewhere, like, and they've planned it, and it's like just a drink, you know, coffee in the day if you're that age, or you know, a drink on a night out somewhere, but like 1 drink, 2 drinks. If it's going well, they can, you know, continue. If it's not going well, you can make an excuse to leave. Like, but meals are just too much. Cinema's too much, because then they spend money on you, and they're like, oh, I've done all the right stuff, and now you need to give me a big snog. And you're sitting there thinking, I don't know whether I like you or not, actually. And you know they want it to go like a kind of way. Well, I'd rather be single than be on the back row of a cinema, like, with someone that's just trying to put their hands in their mouth or like... Please comment below if that's happened to you. Oh my god. Oh dear. Right, I think you need to be honest with this person. You need to be like, look, babes, you're going 600 mile an hour and it's really off-putting. I'm not talking about playing hard to get with people. Be straight, and someone that likes you will not play games with you, but they will know the right amount to get in touch. It won't be like this. It won't be like this. This is just too much drama in every direction. You need to like give each other time, because how are you like honestly saying that I'm amazing when you haven't even got to know me? It's bullshit. That's bullshit. So that's bollocks anyway. Do you know what I mean? Happy staying single is the vibes I got off this. Let's see what Spirit's got to say about it. That's my advice. Let's see what Spirit's got to say. Capricorn, you've attracted a crazy. Grace and gratitude. Look, 3 gratitude, joy, expanse. So you're gonna have to handle it gracefully and just say, look, I'm really sorry, but I think you like me more than I like you. And don't throw in the let's be friends. If they're like a stage 5 clinger, you're gonna have to like let them down. Just be honest. You just need to be honest and be like, I'm sorry, I don't, you know, I just don't feel that connection or whatever, you know, cliche. You don't have to do things that, you know, it's not like a binding contract. Like you said, you go out with someone, you have to go. And if someone comes to the door and you think, oh god, I actually don't fancy them, and you know, you can go on the date because they've turned up and it's harsh, so you go on the date, but you know, if you're just like, no, I don't like this person, then you don't owe them anything, and you definitely don't kiss them or do, you know, things that you don't want to do because you're too scared to say, because these are things that girls do. You don't owe anyone anything, and you make up your mind. Like, when you see them, if it's a no, then, you know, you just have to say, like, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling it. You know, and you will be in public, so they can't really do anything to you, and they probably won't. They're probably just going to be like, they'll either keep trying, or they'll see their ass. But the facts is facts, right? You're just gonna have to say, I'm sorry, I don't feel the same. And then if they're dramatic about it, that's on them, isn't it? But I don't know, it's like a woman thing where you're like, oh, I feel sorry for them, like, oh, I feel bad. Like, no, a guy wouldn't do that. A guy'd be like, eh. They're not doing stuff that they don't want to do. I think that's sometimes, you know, like, that's sometimes why girls are like, no, like, I'll pay half. But if you are traditional, and I think it's good to set boundaries, I would require a guy to pay, you know, for something on the first date, the first few dates, because they should make an effort and know to be on best behaviour, because a lot of the time they won't be. And if they think you're going to put up with the minimum, that's a sign of how they're prepared to treat you. And you're saying that's okay. So do require stuff of them. They rise to the occasion and they enjoy it, and they start to see you differently, and they take the time to get to know you. But you know, if you're like, oh, just, you know, I don't want to feel like I owe them anything, just say, look, it's just a coffee or it's just a drink, and you can like abort mission like early on, because no one needs to be spending a lot of money on you. if you're not sure. But if you're like, oh my god, I love this guy and he's taking me out, yeah, be like, you know, I really like you, where are you taking me, what time you picking me up, set the standard. Because honestly, take the mick if you don't. They really do, and then it's too late. They're just like, well, this is what you're getting, and it's not cool. Okay, okay, Capricorn. I'll see you on the next one.